What is up, my YouTubers? It's Jennifer. Yay! Alright, and today it is the end of September, or about to be. It is actually September 26th, so it's not quite the end yet. But I'm coming at you with the mental health check-in. Well, sort of. Because if you have been following my pregnancy vlogs at all, which I hope you have been, then you probably can get an understanding of where my mental health has been going so far. But I will say, first off, is that I know it's like at the end of September, and I should have uploaded August's mental health check-in at the beginning of this month, but I did not upload my triplet reveal video yet before it was end of August or beginning of September. So I couldn't upload my August mental health video until I uploaded my triplet surprise video. Anyways, moving forward. Okay, so yeah, my first trimester vlogs, it's funny because, like, I haven't really watched them over. I just kind of like I said, I record them and then I put them into my editing thing and clip them all together and then upload them. I don't like watching them like before I upload them onto YouTube. So it's funny to look back at those videos because what bothered me in my first trimester, I'm like, wow. It's amazing how, like, I'm 22 weeks now, and I don't know. It's just crazy. I'm not going to dive too much on it. I know a lot of the fears I had in my first trimester, I still kind of have, but they're not, like, as prominent. I still have a lot of the anxiety. It's mostly the anxiety. I'm not going to go too much into it because I tell you this in my pregnancy vlogs, but like most of my anxiety is mostly just how I feel like we don't have enough time to get ready for triplets. Or how, I don't know if like anybody really has time for like any baby, but it just feels like this month, sorry, there's something on my camera, but it just feels like there's like no time to like get ready. And then my ADHD brain with pregnancy brain on top of that has been just, yeah. I'm reading from my list over here, so if you see my eyes looking like, well, you guys probably understand by now where my ADHD goes. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is getting in touch with the local news media. Okay, so my family and some other people have been telling me or telling us that we should like contact like the local news crew, which is like WETC and WWA TV, and the newspaper. And sorry, I just pulled out a hair. I just got out of the shower, so I'm like shedding. I'm shedding. Yes, I'm shedding. But no, so just because triplets are rare and conceiving them naturally is really rare, so I don't know if I really wanted to go on that journey because it's not really an exciting news story. But the reason why is because, like, my daughter who was killed in Carolina Beach back in 2019, it's kind of like a happy thing. Like, hey, you know, after death comes life and times 3. So I was debating, let me put you guys down here so I'm not like wobbling you guys, but like I was really debating on whether I should actually call or email the news people and say, hey, you know, like, hey, I'm the mother of Cora and I'm about to have triplets. I guess I didn't want the attention. I mean, a lot of people around here know that I'm Cora's mom, and it's hard to like be known as the mother whose toddler was killed in Carolina Beach. And there's still people who are getting hit pretty much on the same corner as Cora. There was 2 accidents like within 3 days of each other of people getting hit, like really like either on that corner or like within that vicinity. Carolina Beach, there's like a couple corners in Carolina Beach that like are just horrendously bad for pedestrian vehicle accidents. I don't know if it's the pedestrians. I don't know if it's the vehicles, if they just don't care about the pedestrians. Because I know, like, when you're drinking, you don't really fully pay attention and you see no cars and you think you could run across the street when it's like blinking. Like, you know how like there's a countdown on the timer? But way back when Cora was killed, I wanted to talk to the state. I think it's the state that does this. I'm not really sure who actually to talk to. But I was going to see if they can invest in these like 3D what are they called? They're in Europe. I saw them online in Europe, or read an article about them in Europe. They're like these 3D, what are they called? Poles that every time a red light happens, these like 3D poles come up from the ground. So like a holograph type of thing. So it makes it look like that if you run that red light, you're going to run into something. I have no idea how expensive those are. But that's what I was, with all these accidents of people getting hit in Carolina Beach, I was going to go to Carolina Beach and make a statement about getting like the streets like safer or something. Because I also read that there was another toddler with their parent walking across the street that were almost hit recently. So it hits home. But with that, it's like I know to reach out to the news media to hopefully maybe get coverage about the safety in Carolina Beach. Even though I live 45 minutes away from Carolina Beach now, it's still, I mean, I still go to Carolina Beach. I mean, I still love Carolina Beach, but it's just, it's, you know, but I guess selfishly, I didn't want a certain type of media, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, okay, doing these vlogs, I do these vlogs to tell my story and to hopefully influence somebody else or to share knowledge or advice or to get knowledge or advice from other people. I'm just an average person, you know, my channel's not that big. It is growing, and I thank you to the subscribers who are out there. Thank you so much, because I am so grateful. Every time I upload a video, I have at least like 1 or 2 people at least who automatically watch these videos. Even if you don't watch them all the way through, that's okay. Just viewing them. I really hope you actually do hit that thumbs up button, because that actually will generate my videos to say to YouTube, hey, this person is somebody who is liked. But media coverage, though, I'm hit or miss. I did finally actually email WWATV the other day with a picture of me at the beach with my belly, and I just put a little blurb because I didn't know about the accidents at the time when I emailed them and said, hey, you know, I'm the mother of Cora who's killed, and I'm having triplets now, and it's life after death. It's a great story. You know, they were conceived naturally. I don't know where I was going with that. I guess I was hoping that like maybe people would ask me questions and say, you know, how's your journey going? Or I can show them my vlogs and say, hey, you know, being pregnant with triplets. I mean, being pregnant in general is hard, but being pregnant with triplets, it's like everything's increased, if that makes sense. So I kind of just wanted to put more advice out there in my journey out there of being pregnant with triplets. I don't know. Anyway, so moving forward. So then somebody mentioned, well, not somebody, one person mentioned, and then my ADHD brain got into thinking about the news media of getting in talk with like the talk show people, like Kelly Clarkson, Oprah. I know Ellen's not on there anymore, and Ellen, nobody really likes her anymore. So, but like, there's somebody who was saying, hey, you should go on one of those daytime TV shows. And I'm like, yeah, but that's kind of impossible to get on those shows. I mean, right after Cora was killed, I had emailed Ellen. I have emailed like all these talk show hosts a letter of thank you to Janine from Magic Bean Coffee Shop in Carolina Beach, because she like was just phenomenal, and she helped out like so much, and she's always helping people. And I wanted to nominate her as like a give back thing, but it's kind of like I see all these stories on daytime TV shows about like these families who average families, and then they have a miracle story. So I haven't really looked into that yet. I don't know if I should. I don't know if that's being selfish either. It's not so much the fame that I want. It's more just telling my story of helping other people. Because like I said, I've Googled YouTube videos about triplets and triplet vlogs. There are some out there. There are. But the few that I have found don't go into as much detail. And no offense to these people, no offense, I am so sorry for saying this, but some of the people that I've seen are a little boring, I know I'm probably really annoying to listen to, but I'm just putting my personal opinion out there. Some of them are just really kind of boring. They don't really share much, and what they do share, it's like, okay, really? But that's personally my opinion. Anyways, moving forward. So I already talked about this a little bit. New fears or ongoing fears. Well, my new fears is just not having enough time. That's also kind of like an ongoing fear. An ongoing fear is also like my mental health status of like postpartum depression. I know by the time I upload this video, hopefully by the time I upload this video, you guys will have seen my 22nd week video. Hopefully. It probably not. I'll probably upload this video before that. But basically, I had a mental breakdown, and I had to record it because it's very, very important to keep up with telling you guys about my mental health. It's very important to share the information out there because that's why I started this channel, is for mental health purposes. And then I kind of went off in a tangent with other things, but that's okay. Because mental health is very, very close to my heart. After a stillborn and after losing Cora, it's like I had a stillborn back in 2015, and then I lost Cora in 2019. So having these triplets, my youngest daughter now is 9. She's gonna be 10 in November. So it's kind of like I think that's where the fears come in. It's like I'm pregnant for the first time all over again. Ellen times 3. And I think that's where in my head I'm getting scared. Because with my stillborn, obviously I didn't take her home. And then with Cora, I might have talked about this in a past video, like way back when, about why I didn't have Cora. But here's the background. Cora's father was an addict at the time. And when I was in the hospital, he had put an empty vodka bottle in my purse. I did not know about this. And when the social services came in, because social services is always at the hospital. They're always at the hospital. They're always checking up to see how the mothers are doing and stuff. Cora tested negative for everything. I mean, I didn't do anything in my pregnancy to like give any warnings or anything. But like, because that hospital social worker saw an empty bottle of vodka in my bag that I didn't know about, they called the actual social services. And somehow, long story short, because her father was an addict at the time, they took Cora from me before I got to bring her home. So I didn't really get to bring her home. She went straight into foster care. And then I had to fight. My mother had to fight to get custody of her. So then that way I could get custody of her. And I just spiraled mentally after that. I mean, I got DWIs and stuff. That's a little background with Cora. But I'm in a much better mental state now. Like, my anxiety is heightened, but like, Jim, I could not ask for a better partner. I really couldn't. We bicker and we fight sometimes, but like, honestly, I could not ask for a better partner. He is so good for me in my mental state because I will flip out. I will overreact. I will have a mental breakdown. I will tend to just blow everything up. I will scream and rant and rave, and he is just patient, and he has bad days too, and it's taken us a while, obviously. I've known him since 2018, so it's not like he's a new guy. I mean, we were coworkers and then stuff like that, but that's beside the point. That's pretty much where my fears are, is the fact that like my youngest daughter is 9 going on 10, and these babies are kind of like a new pregnancy. Well, it's a new pregnancy, but it's like I've never been pregnant before, almost. That's what it feels like to me in my head. Number 5 is trouble sleeping. So, obviously, when you're pregnant, sometime in your pregnancy, you will have trouble sleeping. It's going to happen. No matter what, it is going to happen. You can have the most comfortable bed. You can have the best bed possible. You can have the best pillows possible. You can have the best blankets. You will be uncomfortable sleeping. You will have breathing problems. You will have indigestion. Your belly will, you can have all the pregnancy pillows in the world to like snuggle with. You will be uncomfortable at one point in your pregnancy. So, with that being said, right now our bed and our bed frame is sitting on the floor because the bed frame that came with the bed, or don't remember if it came with the bed. Either way, it doesn't have a middle bar, and then some of our slats in the bed frame kind of cracked. Which, speaking of that, now that I'm mentioning this, I have to call them and find out if my bed's under warranty. But, because if it is, then I think I could get a new bed frame. But, point is, when we kicked out Ethan, Jim's friend from our roommate, he where he was moving to, he couldn't take his bed, so we're going to take that bed frame and put it underneath our bed, and hopefully, because it has all the slats on the bed frame, like all metal, it's not just like an empty frame and then you have to put the bar. It has all the bars, if that makes any sense at all. But so we're going to take that bed frame and put it underneath, and hopefully that will help. Anyways, moving forward, my increased appetite, aka weight gain. So took me a while to finally actually eat. First trimester was horrible. I was throwing up. I had such bad nausea. It got to a point where I wasn't really necessarily losing weight, but it got to a point where I really wanted to ask the doctor for some help, with like some medication or something, because I couldn't even keep water down. I was so sick in my first trimester, and I know I touched on this in my pregnancy vlogs, but it was horrible. And I may not have touched it that in depth in my pregnancy vlogs, but it was horrible. But now, mentally in my head, I don't like the weight gain. I mean, let's just be real. I think it's mostly because my arms, you guys, I mean, my arms don't look bad, but like, and you're gonna have this when you get older, whatever. But like, if I do this and I look right here, it grosses me out. And then having my thighs and my butt not be able to fit into certain pregnancy things, it's discouraging, and it's really mentally like draining, because I constantly am like, how can I just gain baby weight? Well, let's face it, I'm lazy and I could be working out throughout my pregnancy, but let's face it, I'm lazy. I understand that there are ways that you can just gain the belly. I do eat really, really healthy. Speaking of that, I do eat pretty healthy. When I do eat, I tend to eat like, well, I'm buying a lot of hamburger, which is red meat, which I'm trying to buy more chicken to eat. But I do eat a lot of salads. I do eat a lot of vegetables. I love vegetables. I'm like, if I could just live off of like vegetables, like, and have vegetables every day. I say that, and I eat vegetables every day. But like if I could just snack on vegetables all day, I don't know. But and I drink water constantly, as you guys just saw, because talking about this is making me thirsty. So, but I do tend to snack really late, because since I don't work, and since I don't really have like a schedule of what time I fall asleep and wake up, which I should get into. That might help my ADHD. But I tend to snack really late, and then I think that's where I'm gaining all the weight, because I snack and then I sit in bed while watching YouTube. I'm not up and about. Like the other night, I had a potato with some salsa and yogurt on it, because we didn't have sour cream. And I know that sounds really gross, yogurt, but if you get plain yogurt, honestly, it's the same thing as sour cream. It's just healthier. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with the weight gain. I'm gaining weight steadily, according to my doctors. I'm not overweight. They haven't mentioned anything about my weight, so that's good. My ankles are not swollen, so I don't think I have gestational diabetes. My heart rate and my blood pressure are always really, really good, so I don't really have any like issues with what's it called? Not preeclampsia. Whatever that thing is where you get in pregnancy where your heart rate speeds up. I can't remember what it's called right now. But anyways, moving forward. Baby people. So basically, we are getting a lot of stuff from Jim's boss right now at the moment. And I want to shout out to majorly to them. Buck and his wife, I don't know his wife's name. We did get a double stroller from our neighbor, which was a huge thing. I mean, obviously the babies can't use that for a little while. That's okay. And you're probably thinking, well, if you have a double stroller and you have triplets, but we'll figure that out later. I mean, we're grateful for anything we can get. And like I've said in pretty much all of my vlogs, if I haven't mentioned it in any of my vlogs, or all of my vlogs, if I haven't mentioned it before, anything that we don't use, we will be donating. We did get a bassinet. I think I mentioned this in my pregnancy vlog, but we did get a bassinet, and I don't know if we're getting more bassinets, but bassinet probably won't hold 3 triplets, so we probably might end up donating that to somebody else who needs it. But like they're buying us crib. I mean they're not buying us, but they're getting like cribs and stuff. It's like, and they're like the 4-in-1 cribs where like your baby or your baby can grow into a toddler and your toddler can grow into a kid. And you don't have to keep buying beds, and it makes me want to cry because I did cry when I saw all this stuff, and I just, it's like I want to bake them something or cook them something, or I don't even know. I don't even know what to do. Like, I'm just so grateful. It's amazing because like I put things on my Amazon and Target, I think Walmart, this baby registry, and it's mostly like things that I know we're gonna need, like diapers, wipes, Swiffer wipes. I say Swiffer wipes because we have the hardwood floors or the fake hardwood floors. We don't really have carpet, and when you have babies that crawl around, they're gonna get dirty. And when you have pets, it helps to have Swiffer wipes because it just saves from sweeping every day. Swiffer wipe would be a lot easier. But moving forward, our car. So our car broke down. I can't even remember when. The radiator blew, supposedly. We're not really sure if it's the radiator, the thermostat, the hose. There's something else. Basically, we're not really sure, but it has to do with something with the radiator. So it could either be a cheap part or it could be the radiator itself, which is about $120, which isn't bad. I've fixed 3 radiators on my Jeep that I used to have before, so it's not like a problem. But at the moment, Jim has been riding to work with our neighbors because they all work for the same company. They just work on 2 different teams. So he gets a ride to work from our neighbors, and then usually in the afternoon, my mom will bring him home if my mom's not available, because it is really strenuous on her to keep bringing him home because she lives like a mile from Carolina Beach. So it's like 45 minutes away from us, or 30 to 45 minutes away from us. With traffic, it's about 45 minutes. And with college starting, it's really a lot longer. But usually she'll pick him up from wherever his job site is, and then bring him home. But unless he does plasma. But then sometimes his boss will bring him home, the guy who is bringing us a lot of baby stuff. But he'll drop him off at the beginning of our road, which is like, I want to say it's about 2 miles to the beginning, like the very, very entryway of our dirt road, because it's a really long way. It might be 1.5 miles. I know it has to be over 1 mile, because so he just walks all the way home. My mom usually, if she doesn't want to come all the way to the house, she'll drop him off at the pond, and then he'll walk the rest of the way. But vehicles, though, we do have to measure the back seat of our vehicle when we do get it fixed, because car seats. I do have to call Smart Start. I have not called Smart Start yet. If you guys don't know what Smart Start is, I don't know what they're called in all states, but Smart Start is a place that will help you get in touch with all the baby classes that you could possibly ever want or need. They will get you in touch if you don't know about WIC or like breastfeeding supplies or anything. They will get you in touch with that. They will help you provide a car seat. I don't know if you have to take a car seating class in order to get the car seats. I know in the past when I've called Smart Start, you had to take the car seat class, which honestly is worth it. It doesn't matter how many kids you have. I mean, unless you have kids back to back and you already know about car seats, but like for us, it's kind of nice to have the car seat class to familiarize yourself with the new car seats that are coming out and the recalls and just like all the new safety stuff. I personally recommend going to a fire station, police station, or a paramedic, and having them install the car seat. That's my personal preference, just because you know for a fact that it's properly in there. You could do it yourself. I prefer the professionals to do it because they deal with that on a daily basis, and it's just kind of nice because then they kind of teach you different things about, like, hey, you should place your car seat here, or this is what you should do, or this is the vehicle you should get. We don't know if we're going to get another vehicle because we really can't afford another vehicle. Oh, pets. Pets. Let's talk about pets because everybody loves pets. So, the kittens. The kittens are doing awesome. We haven't, I don't think they're at the age yet where we can get them fixed, but they will be getting their balls chopped off. Yes, I'm saying it like that. neutered. We'll say neutered. We'll just say neutered. But they will be getting neutered eventually. Blaze is still not neutered. That is Jim's dog. That is his call. He is making that decision. So he's going to be a year old. He's going to be a year old in December. Basically, when the babies are born, Blaze will be turning a year old. Now come every time I try to call the big cats inside from outside, and I say meow meow or kitty kitty kitty, the little kittens will come in, so they know that. They are trained to know that. But yeah, the kittens are doing great. Bandit still will hiss at the dogs a little bit, but he's going a lot better. Senka has taken over the role of daddy cat. Both kittens will sleep with him. Bandit has really taken to Senka a lot. I don't know if it's a brother thing. I don't know if it's a daddy thing. Binks does like the cats. He wants to play with them more, so he's more like the big brother type of cat. But it's so funny because like both kittens will attack one of the cats at a time, or you'll hear all 4 cats in the morning running all around the house. It's hilarious. Diego's doing great. He is getting he is itching a lot more, not from fleas, just his dry skin. His skin is going through that weird phase where it's starting to prepare for winter, so he's shedding his summer coat. And even though I brush him, I have a Furminator brush. I swear I recommend that brush to anybody who has a dog that sheds, like shepherds or huskies or any. Basically, there are cat Furminators, which I have used on Banks, and that helps Banks a lot because Banks sheds more. He's like a very heavy shedding cat. But yeah, Diego, Blaze, Senka, Banks, Bandit, and Pumpkin are all doing great. All the pets. Me and Jim's working really, really hard lately. It's mentally draining on me too because like when it rains, he can't work, and then I want to do things around the house, and then I know he's tired, so he wants to rest, and then I feel like, okay, but we could be doing this and be productive. I don't know. I guess I'm one of those people like I like to be productive, and I know I have a lot of lazy days, but like today, I didn't intend to deep clean the living room, but I did because for some reason my nesting has kicked in on full blast. How many times can I say that's the end of this video? Yeah, if you did like this end of the September mental health video, hit that thumbs up for me, please. Thank you to new subscribers, you guys. And for those who are watching my videos, I apologize I ramble on. If you've been watching me for a while, you guys know this. If you are a new subscriber, and if you have any suggestions on videos that I can do, we really don't have any really money to do like a shopping haul as I used to do, but I have been doing cooking videos. So if you want me to try and cook anything, oh, that's what I was going to say. Videos coming up. So I do have a few videos I want to make in the future. I have a lot of videos that I have on my saved, like, that are ready to upload, ready to go out. Some of them are from last year, and then some of them are, like, obviously from this year. I definitely want to do, like, the pregnancy craving video, like, trying to figure out what pregnancy cravings other people eat and see if I like them. Me and Jim are going to be doing a questionnaire video because it's kind of like a check-in video of where we are in our relationship type of thing. Because a lot of things have been put on hold. But other than that, thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, advice, please link that below. You guys can email me. Anyways, you guys stay awesome. Bye.